Yeah, hey, Spice Legends. Welcome to the Vice Down Under, the hottest show down under. Spice Legends, you join us for a very, very special interview tonight. We are interviewing Tom, the Chilli Chippa from Canberra, the ACT Chilli champion, before he takes on the Australian Chilli Championship, Spice Legends. So here he is, Tom, the Chilli Chippa. How you going, legend?
Hey, Chilli Philly. Thanks for having me on.
Good. That's all right, mate. That's all right. How we feeling, mate? We're feeling a bit like the nerves, the anxiety, the excitedness for a major Chilli comp.
Yeah, getting there, getting a bit nervous, but getting awesome excited, and just really looking forward to it. It's an absolutely fabulous community, that sort of thing. So really excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. And let's get the obvious stuff out of the way. You're a bit of a novice in comparisons to some of the other guys, right? The reason being is that Trav, unfortunately, he did win the Canberra champs at the time, but he didn't realize that his schedule conflicted with the competition. Unfortunately, he couldn't get out of it. That's not disrespecting you, though, mate. You came second, very close second to Trav. You've been initiated in the gauntlet of fire, and you're a bit newer to the scene, but at the same time, I could see it was a bit of an adrenaline kick for you. You're like, ooh, I like that. It was a good vibe, and you said that your mates are getting behind you on it. They're supporting you in this, and I think you've just sort of begun your journey on this crazy roller coaster that we call the Chilli community and Chilli competitions, mate. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really keen. Really, really excited. I was talking a big game, and I clocked immediately at the Canberra comp. It was all going to be a mental game, right? So I went in there tough and was talking a big game, and Trav's like, he's a legend, right? He's been giving me so many pointers and all the bits and pieces. He certainly leaves some big boots to fill.
But absolutely, really, both physically and metaphorically.
Oh yeah,
but no, Trav's watching now from TikTok as well. Trav, he said he's keen for this interview.
Good day, Trav.
And the other thing I wanted to say is I want to say a huge thank you to Trav because he's been an absolute awesome sport about it. He's supporting you as well. He's getting behind his boy in Canberra. And also Steve has taken on the reins to help train you out as well. And he's going to throw some truly crazy, hot and terrifying stuff at you. Hot stuff. So, have you got any things to say to Trav and Steve before they're going to absolutely assault your senses with some pretty wild stuff?
Look, Trav, Steve, again, first Chilli comp was in Canberra. And a mate just put me into it because he thought it'd be funny, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. Community is absolutely awesome. So thank you so much for getting behind me, and bring it on with the training. So it's bring the pain, no game. So let's do it.
I love the tiger. You're like, oh god. Good stuff, Tomo. So, there's Steve right now as we speak. G'day, boys. How you going, Steve-O?
G'day, Steve.
Awesome. So, obviously, it's going to be, you've been initiated. You've got to go through the fiery gauntlet and come out the other end and train yourself as hard as you can. A bit of a newbie to it. Tell us again, so just for the people that don't know you, obviously, some people are going to detect the accent. Tell us a little bit about your background. You got a bit of an English vibe too, is that right?
An English vibe, yeah. So I high school all the way through Canberra and then moved over to the UK, did my university studies over there, and have now come back to Canberra to very confidently fly a keyboard. And so office, I just sit in the office all day so living overseas and in the UK for so long, I'm in international waters, right? Because the Brits think I sound really Aussie and the Aussies think I sound really British. So I don't know where I'm from. I'm identityless. But that was a lot of fun and
you're an international man of mystery, yeah, sure.
But yeah, like the 15-euro flights to Ibiza and all the bits and pieces from Bristol.
Wow.
So we need a Ryanair in us, man. Ryanair up to Sawtell, perfect.
Good stuff, mate. It's funny actually you mentioned that. You can pick up accents, and I find that certain people pick up accents quicker or easier than others. I'm one of those people where I I don't. It's not. I'm not even doing it on purpose. It's sort of subconscious, and especially if I'm surrounded by a certain culture. And I was in America. I was only in America for like 2 weeks, and I started pronouncing my E's and my R's like this. And people were like, talking like that, man. And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, what? and same with I was working with a bunch of Kiwi guys, and I was like, yeah, bro, what's going on, bro? No worries, bro. Yes, we do. It's just it got ridiculous, and people were like, why are you talking like that? I'm like, I'm just immersed, you can't help it. Trav, you got to help him make a TRS Take 2 pizza. Wee. Steve, what happened there, mate? I'm keen. Yeah, okay. So there you go. It sounds like the boys are going to try and make you a TRS in Canberra. For those who don't know what that is, that's the Tyler Ring Stinger. That's Australia's hottest pizza down in Tasmania. It is brutal. We were just talking last night to Brody, the Brodino boy from Tasmania. He's the king of that challenge. He's eaten 3 in a row under 10 minutes, which is insane. We even had Dom. We went down there, and he didn't beat it the first time. It took him a second take to crack it. We had Swell Chili reviews. I've seen this guy just smash out like 15 Reapers or 15 Scorpions and just go, and then he eats this pizza and he's like, holy crap, what the hell is in this? Like that. That's just, and I was actually talking to Steve Noble from Dino's Pizza and Rob Dunn, and they are throwing the absolute gauntlet and the kitchen sink and everything at Brody. So he is deep in his training, and they're not giving him a sick day. He's sick, and they're still smashing it, and they're going, no excuses, mate. This is going to clean up your sinuses. I'm like, whoa. So,
clean out something.
So I bet you best get a hold of Steve and Trav. They've got the goods on some really evil stuff that's going to build that tolerance and help you out there. So they're obviously going to try and take care of their boy, which is good. But look, let's start from the top, mate. Let's ask the first obvious questions. You got the name, the Chilli Chippa. Where did that name come from? And what was your very first chili experience?
So my very first chili experience, or properly, would have been the competition you hosted in Canberra.
What's the earliest one you can remember, though, as well?
Earliest I can remember. So my dad, and I've got 3 younger brothers, and it's quite a competitive little household, right? We're all in playing different sports and doing all the bits and pieces. There's one afternoon, and I'm sort of sub 10. We're all quite young, and we're online. Come across this. It's a Carolina Reaper Dorito. And Dad's gone on
one of these things.
Yeah, that's it. And Dad's gone on. Why not? We'll buy it and we'll suss it out and see how we go. And so me and all my brothers had one, and Mum likes to call us all fire engines from the reaction to said Dorito. There's a fair bit of screaming in the house, but look, it's quite funny. And we come back a couple of times all the way through high school, that sort of thing. Is I'm a novice to it, but it's always just funny to turn up to a party with something that says Carolina Reaper in it, right, and just see how many people get around it. And that'd be
you always get one. You always get one. It doesn't matter what party. You bring something spicy, be like, I'll give that a go.
Yeah, and the sort of competitive comes out, right? It's like, that's not hot. I can have that.
It's at the start of the night, people are like, I want to know, But you get further in, and people are more hydrated, and all of a sudden, they're like, you know what? I'll give that a go. Like, you said no before. Like, well, it's warming up to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can see it staring me. And so the name. So let me give you some context for that. So, sorry, that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went like that. I'm like, no, that one. At least I didn't call that.
I was away for work, and I came back on a Saturday night. I worked down at Caribou just for a laugh, a bit of extra pocket money, and I got back to Canberra on the Friday morning, and I got a phone call before I even left the airport from a mate who said, look, we're hosting a chili eating contest tonight. We've put you in it. I was like, oh, righto, no worries. So sort of spent the afternoon psyching myself up at all the bits and pieces and turned up to it. And we're looking at yourself and your team sort of setting it up. initial thoughts were like, do you know what? It's not going to be too bad. Like it's 23 plates. I'll just, smash one, smash all the way up the line and then deal with the pain afterwards, right? But it's not. Obviously, everyone here's done it and seen it, and you sat there between rounds and talking, and so we sort of work out that that's the format whilst the chili's burning away. And I thought, all right, great nachos.
Yeah, well, Travis makes good nachos too, actually. He reckons they taste pretty good, but obviously that's going to be some spicy ass nachos, mate. So
yeah,
it might be time to get some Spanish in here.
Look forward to that. But yeah, so I was putting all the chat out. I was like, you fed me a jalapeno, and it's just like eating Granny Smith apple, all the bits and pieces. And then got to the ghost pepper. I was like, this is bad. So I need to do some training. And have been doing some training. But so sort of you spoke to me afterwards, and you sort of spoke to you and Trav, and we worked out that Trav unfortunately wasn't going to make it. And so I was like, right, well, why not? This sounds fun. The energy was ecstatic. Like, it was contagious. I was having so much fun. I was a part of it. I was like, you know what? Why not? We'll go up to Coffs and we'll do the Oz champs. And then so I went to the pub a few nights later, and I presented it to my mates, and I was like, what are we going to do? We've got to come up with the name, got to come up with a boxing stance. And after a few glasses of hydration, we sort of landed on the red hot chili peppers, or the red hot chili chipper.
Yes.
And then and that sort of evolved and all the bits and pieces into the format of the chili chipper, and just brilliant, lots of fun, and
I love it. It's such a playful name. It's silly and fun and everything all wrapped into one. It's got that chili-esque thing where you're like, yep, I'm here. You're sort of announcing yourself, but at the same time, it's serious but not too serious. It's that somewhere in between, and that's pretty cool about that. What was it, Trav? Absolutely elite chat in that comp. Was giving me a good laugh.
I was thinking, this is a problem, right? Trav was so cool, calm, and collected, like all the way through. And I was like, oh, I've got to rattle this bloke, right? Like, so I was putting out all the lines, and I was getting big and loud, and throwing all the chat out there, and it's just he was. I ate the pepper, and I was feeling it, like it was hurting, and I looked at him, and he just sort of sat there chewing away. I was like, oh, geez, he wins.
It's a bit like that, and you're going to see some of the competitors are going to be a bit like that in the national comp as well. So, considering that you're well aware that, and if you're unaware, like for the previous year, we had this chick in who was just an absolute chili beast. We all thought that she was going to be invincible. No one thought that she was going to. They just thought she was going to be the reigning champ forever. She was young, she was fit, and then the fact that she just couldn't feel chili at all. She could not feel a burn. And I'm like, what does it taste like? In an interview, and she goes, it just tastes like capsicums. I'm going, like, how do you beat that, right? Like, we just that's like, I'm not even competing against her, and I'm like, whoa, that's truly unnerving, and I'm not in it. I'm just watching it go down, going damn, and running the comp, and then so to see someone like Dom, who some people could have said like he was a bit of a newbie, but it wasn't that he was a newbie. He just hadn't hit the chili scene as big as everyone had seen, and he wanted a chance to prove himself, and he was the dark horse. He was the darkest horse out of all the dark horses there, the biggest underdog, because no one knew who he was. And I just said, what are you doing? What's your strategy? And he goes, I'm just going to go to a dark place, mate. I'm just going to go to a really dark place, I was like, okay, like later in the rounds when it's just him and Gabby, like, how you doing? He's like, he just growls, And I go, he's going to that dark place. He's there, It just went to prove that, no one's unbeatable. There is chinks in people's armor. And sometimes it's just as simple as having that mental attitude which gets you over the line. And some things will work for some people. One thing might work for other people. I've seen, was it the UK Chili Queen, Shahina was seen, where she just goes tunnel vision. And she's like, it's like she separates her mind from her body or something, right? And she's just eating. And then the people are like, hello. Well, she's left the building. Like she's not there anymore, you know? So, it's interesting. And then you see other people like Dom, where he just gets that animal in him. He's like, oh, you know, and he's just starts growling, and he's more adrenaline and whatever. And he's just like, let's just go. Like, you know, I'm like, all right, man. Like, just don't hurt me, you know? Like, now. But no, it's incredible, like how by your mental attitude will take you. Steve says, how did you go with the liquid laughter afterwards, mate? How'd that go?
I was a little bit sore. A couple of turbo boosts the next day. It did. So again, pretty community. Sorry.
Did you have a blow off valve the next day as well?
Yeah, a little whistle at the end there, like. But no, so Trav and Chili Philly gave me the advice, so I sort of got to the end of it and evacuated chili just to avoid sort of digesting too much of it. But look, it threw me out for a few days, man. Like I was 2 days later, I was getting the sweats and all was still going to be haywire. Like, bloody hell, like.
So Travis saying there, he goes, you got to find the zone and get into it and stay in it. Winner's mentality is huge, and he's absolutely right. It sounds like something like, well, the weird thing is like you'll watch competitors at the Olympics, right? And they go, what do you think you did differently to those others to get gold? And they just said, like, the physicality is the first step, is getting to this level. And like in this competition, you've got to be able to eat reapers. You've got to be able to eat really hot stuff. That's the first step. And the first step is conditioning your body to be able to do this stuff without feeling like you're going to die. You're not going to die. It just feels like it really sucks, you know? But the next bit is that mental conditioning, that mental toughness, you know, preparing your mind for what you're about to do, and not just surviving it, but like thriving in it, doing well. Some people have this thing, they call it like the poker face, you know, where they just calm on the outside, but meanwhile the inside, it feels like their whole guts are going to fall out, you know. Like it's very, very different. And so what we're saying back to those Olympic athletes is that those little 1% things, these tiny little things, which seem small at the time but add up. And so one of those things that a lot of athletes will say in any competition is just like, I just had to get my mind right, you know?
Yeah.
And this is definitely one of those things where you got to get your mind right. Otherwise, if it's not in it, you're not in it, you know? And
absolutely, And like you were speaking about state of origin, right? You can almost see it when all the boys are locked in and you watch the mentality shift. Like it's not all laughing, all that's out of the way. It's we're here to do a job. Like, let's get it done.
That's right. So Trav said, as I said to Phil prior to the comp, I had this mentality of doing what it takes to win. I went, whoa. And then he says next, keeping calm is probably the hardest thing to learn, and not let yourself slip into the holy shit mindset, right? And I'm like, that's absolutely true. Is keeping calm in a tornado of fire and pain, because that's an apt description of it. Kylie knows, she's saying there. Stay calm. It burns more when you start to panic or get worked up. Control the burn. Don't let it control you. That's very good advice, because a lot of things people don't realize with chili is it's actually a nerve agent. It's attacking your central nervous system, right? And so the more you freak out, the more it will hurt. You freak out, you're like, oh, it will hurt, because it's your nerves are going to react to it. But if you calm your nerves, it sounds weird. If you calm your nerves and get a bit more zen, it does actually help more, right? And Steve's saying, chase the endorphin rush. You'll have more in you after that as well, which is true. So what Steve's talking about with the endorphin rush is when you go past your chili tolerance, what you're normally used to, your brain hits this weird moment where your what is it called? Your neurotransmitters have just been hit with so much pain that they're going to go, you don't need to feel this right now, and then release all these endorphins. And the further you go past, the more you're hurting, the more endorphins are released, and it feels like this weird kind of high, and you just feel like, you're tripping balls, and you're just like, well, what planet am I on again? Like, let alone answering someone's question, you know?
No, absolutely, and I'll be chasing that hard, that sort of runner's high with chili, but
Some call it chasing the dragon or chasing the pain train. What was it, Steve? And I have always been happy to come second to Travis. I struggled to bulk eat. Yeah, that is another good point. This competition isn't going to be over quickly, and it's not a small amount of stuff. This is 30 rounds, so it's a sizable amount of food that's going to go into your guts. It's a lot of food, and it's for a long period of time with a lot of capsaicin. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I was saying off camera to Tom there as well that this is going to be a challenging competition. I'm just trying to embrace the challenge of the pain. But just do your absolute best, because it is just one of those things. It might be a once in a lifetime thing, or you might be back again next year. You might get addicted, mate. You know, because it is kind of addictive. Like I was saying before, it attacks your neurotransmitters, and the neurotransmitters in your brain are the part of your brain that's responsible for addiction, right? And there's actually quite a lot of people out there that are chili heads that are ex-drug addicts, ex-alcoholics, blah, blah, blah. They've been on substance abuse. And I know one guy where his story was, he said he was homeless, he was addicted to heroin, and he just had nothing going on in his life. His mate introduced chili to him. He burned the crap out of him, and he slowly broke the chains that were attached to his addiction and got attached to chili. He went from being homeless to he had a job. He's got a wife, kids, married with a house and a home. He's got a business, and he's working full time. And he's got the tattoo of the chili molecule on his arm saying, "Chili saved my life, man." You know, like he's on a destructive path, and it pulled him off it. So it's weird that it's such a strange world that you sort of stepped your feet into, you dipped your toes into, and there's so much more to learn about it. But at the same time, it's weird and cool because people embrace you, going, "You're here, you're on the pain train, you're one of us." You know, it's weird because it's a legal, fun, addictive high, isn't it? It's so strange. Yeah. Danny Wilson, South Australia. G'day, Cobber. Good luck on the day, bud.
Cheers, Danny.
And Trav saying, whenever there is another comp in Canberra, I want you to enter. More the better and more the fun. Absolutely, Trav. Thanks,
exactly. And I mean, that's why I'm here, right? It's absolutely bloody awesome to hear that the guy you spoke about, he's got that outlet all of a sudden, and the community just seems so absolutely fabulous around that. But just so much fun, like the atmosphere of it, the energy. Like, I'll be back to another one in Canberra.
And like the other thing I noticed as well, which I really love about the competitions, is everyone will talk a big game before the comp, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to smash you." "Oh, yeah, settle down there, champ." Yeah, or is it chump? Oh, you know, just like everyone's sort of throwing quick little jabs at each other. You know,
have to,
the comp, they're like, "Oh, that was so good. Good work, mate. Oh, you nearly had me. Oh, it's so close." You know, and like everyone's sort of fun, and they sort of left it on the field, so to speak. You know, and everyone's a good sport about it. And the other thing I really love about the chili competitions is that everyone can compete on the same level, right? We're going to have men, women, old, young, tall, short, fat, skinny, you know, you name it, black, white, Asian, whatever, you know, everyone can be on the same field. And that's what I really appreciate about this sport. And a lot of people go, "Oh, it's not a sport." I'm like, it is. You train, you prep, condition. You have to put your body through a certain into a certain state. You've got to get your mind mentally right. It is absolutely a sport. And now you've been inducted into the gauntlet of fire. You've gone through it. What do you think? Do you think it's a sport, mate?
It's a sport. Yeah, it hurts. But no, like, what do you look for in a sport, right? So you look for competition. You're looking for good people to be around. You're looking for a fun something to do with a bit of time on a weekend. Like, it just ticks absolutely all the boxes to be a sport for me. So here I am. I'm here for it. Like,
there you go, mate. So Steve Brooker, chili powder kept me warm at footy here in Canberra on Sunday. Yeah, there you go. And Danny was just saying in South Australia, I can agree. Chili's have saved me from a life I used to live. I own a house, a new car, got married to the woman I love. Hats off to this free legal high. Live this community. Oh, I think you meant love this community. That's all right. Yep, love, not live. And Kylie, and we love you in the community, Danny Wilson. Yeah, and we love you too, Kylie. And and we're welcoming Tom as well into the community, because I love this community. It's such a cool community where even though we can be international and contact people around the world, it's still quite tight-knit, and everyone seems to sort of know someone. And like, you know, one major person, you know almost everybody, which is fantastic. I love that. Like that, you can just reach out to someone on Facebook and go, "Hey, man, I see you're over there. You're in the US, and that. What's the story with this?" And they'll gladly tell you all the information that you want to know. It's amazing, And like the friends that I have made internationally as well, not just America, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, Europe, all over the world, Africa, Russia. I've got friends in Russia. Like that is something I never thought it would happen. But there's people in Russia eating chili. It's a cold country. Got to keep warm.
Yeah.
Not just vodka alone. Yeah, absolutely.
Chili and vodka. What a combo.
well, actually, I know the chili queen from Australia. I know the Australian chili queen, and she cuts up reapers and puts them straight into vodka, and it ferments. So it's that's a spicy vodka, and I'm like, oh, that's a spicy meatball. It reminds me of Barney from The Simpsons. I don't know what you fairies put in this drink, but it's really good. I drank that, and I was just like, it felt like someone ripped my throat out. I was like, what are you doing to me, Brianna? Yeah, but Casey and her partner makes some really good what is it? Pork belly. But they were making pork belly in a wok because their partner's Thai, and they were grilling the reapers in the wok as well, but they forgot to open the windows, so that all the gas and the smoke was like, we're dying from it. Going, and then we're going to eat it after, and I'm going, geez, this is hot. It's tasty, but it was hot, like spicy hot. I was like, damn. But look, so in your new experiences now, have you got a best chili experience yet that you've just like, wow, that was amazing, or what do you think so?
So the best chili experience I'd have thus far is the competition in Canberra. That was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to our meeting with Steve and Trav and trying the ring stinger pizza, all the bits and pieces.
It's a stinger.
But definitely looking to build those chili experiences and also just the passion that you have for it, people have for it as well, and I really am humble to the fact that I really am a novice. Like I know jalapenos and I know Caroline Reapers, and I don't know many in between. And it's really, really awesome that there's such it's so broad, isn't it? Like there's so much to see as a part of this. I was walking around, walking around Pielago Harvest, and like the techniques to have the plants growing and all the bits and pieces. It was just absolutely fabulous.
Oh yeah. What blows me away is that I think there's roughly about 900 different major varieties of chilies that are just pure chilies before crosses. Wow. Then there's thousands and thousands and thousands of crosses. And then for every way that you could think of growing something, there's 100 more different ways. And there's so many different more extra things and dimensions that you could grow. You could learn to grow, to add to your growing, to add to increasing the yield of your pods. The pods being the raw chilies. There's so much in it, and so and then there's also not just like how you grow, but then it's your position, your geographical location. So the further up you go in Australia, the warmer it gets, and the less winter you get. And so in the southern states, people have to winter their plants. And that means either bringing them inside, putting them under UV lamps or just picking them, full stop. Just take everything off them before that frost comes, because it'll just, as soon as frost comes, most chilies just go and die, They're a hot weather plant. They're an arid region plant. And so there's a place in Bundaberg, Queensland, called Oz Chili, where it just grows all year round. They're like, winter? What's that? Like, it's really nice, but it's that right kind of warm where it's really warm, but it's not too warm. It's that beautiful in between level. And the other thing that's in Bundaberg is this red soil, but it's not like other red dirt like in the outback. It's like this volcanic soil where it's so fertile. You just throw in a seed in the ground and something will pop up. It doesn't matter what, you throw it in, and away she goes. It's just so little effort. Yeah, it amazes me. And everyone I talk up to, just going, what's it like around here? He goes, easy, just chuck it on the ground. Off she goes. You talk to people down south, they go, oh, well, I do this, and I use this, and I use this like this thing, and I do this, and I'm going, wow, that is a pretty layered approach there, And they're just like, chuck her on the ground, mate, she'll be right.
It is a science, though, isn't it? To understand the fertility of the soil and all the bits and pieces, like there's a science behind making this work.
Absolutely, there is a whole science. Now, Steve has got a question for you. He goes, "Have you tried tinks?"
I don't think so. I don't really know what tinks are.
Steve's going to have some fun with you. So, tinks are short. Tincture. What a tincture is it's basically a concoction of getting chili oil and mixing it with either a combination of a type of alcohol and you're sort of not diluting it in the sense, but you're activating it, because sometimes you have to put in capsaicin crystals or extract, but you're mixing it in to make it active. And you can get some pretty potent ones. And like one of the things that's going to be in the competition is a 3 million Scoville tincture, which we're going to drop straight on your tongue. So 1 drop each at least. And that tincture isn't a normal tincture. It's actually 3 tinctures that have fermented over 1.5 to 2 years each, and then combined. So this is hectic. So haven't been initiated. Steve's definitely going to initiate you. he's got a great collection there. What did he say? I got droppers of sprays.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I think you're going to both regret your question, but also at the same time be wow, like it's going to open your eyes a bit. So I guess the next question is, what was your worst chili experience? Everyone seems to have that worst one. We're like, oh, I don't think I want to do that again, or I'm questioning my life choices.
Well, the toilet was questioning its life choices after the caribou one, but without a bit off the nose. But look, I to be honest, I don't really have a worst chili experience yet. Like the sort of major experience I've had was with yourself in Canberra, and before that, I've never sort of sat and eaten chilies. It's always been, at a party where someone's brought a Carolina Reaper Dorito or I've seen, back in our uni days, you'd see something online and think, oh, you wouldn't have that, and say you'd buy it and give it a go and that sort of thing. But I think because I've always had people around and that sort of thing, and I've always been aware of, oh, well, this is going to hurt. Like there's just no ifs, ands about it. Like, but so I've not really had a chili experience where I thought, oh, I'm never doing this again. It's just always been,
It's both a good thing and a bad thing. Like it's going to be like, I think one of the beautiful things about being newer to this is you're not aware of how bad it can get. So well, I'm not worried about the damage as much because I don't know what the damage is, But like the other good thing as well is, like I was saying before, we're going to have these beautiful fire art extinguishers. They're going to be in our special gift packs for each one of our competitors this year. We've got another little nifty thing from Bluey Zaza from Western Australia. Got a couple little bits and pieces for everyone from almost everywhere. And even if you don't get first, second, or third place, you're going to be walking away with something just for your efforts, because you've had to fight fire to get here. You had to go through the gauntlet of fire to get here. And I know you didn't officially beat Trav, but man, you walk the walk and you were right in his footsteps as well. So you're pretty close. And the fact that you're willing to go through lots of training with Steve and Trav, and those two are maniacs. And I say that affectionately and lovingly. But they're going to train you up well. And so even if you were concerned or worried about you being a novice, you're going to come out in the next 2 weeks and be a lot more professional and a lot more shined up before that comp, mate, because those two know what they're talking about. And, oh, geez, they've got some bloody good ammo behind them too. So, yeah. Does that make you feel nervous or anxious or excited? How does that make you feel?
Nervous. Look, there's no getting around the nerves. That's like with anything, right? But yeah, very excited. Just excited to sort of embrace it. Excited to be learning something new, right? Learning about. I just didn't have an appreciation for chili before. Sort of the Canberra comp and that sort of thing, and to have this sort of new appreciation and be learning this new sort of sphere is really awesome. So really excited to be training. Really excited for the ring stinger and the tinks.
It sounds like you're going to be baptized in the ring of fire, and
Yeah.
a lot of fiery stuff pretty soon. But look, what does your family and friends think of this thing that you're about to attempt? Do they think you're absolutely crazy, or are they super proud? What is the thoughts around the dinner table and around the family and friends and the co-workers?
Look, I think there's a bit of both. This is my brother likes to call it. I'm just accumulating dad law, right? So, 4 decades time, I'll have kids. I'll be back when I competed in chili eating contests, and but no, look, everyone's
back in my day.
It'll be right after I tell them how hard COVID was.
Yeah. And the fire gets bigger. They're like, whoa. You should have seen me out in the Australian chili chips, mate. Yeah, buddy.
But no, look, I think there's a general sort of the family and the mates just love it. They think it's fabulous to see me in so much pain, I think.
They're the best kind of mates, aren't they? They're like, suck it, like,
Well, again, like it was.
Don't give you the sympathy, like, oh, you're okay. They're like, you're fucked.
Yeah. It was like, my mates are the best. But
yeah, absolutely. My mate they're just like, suck it, you idiot. What's wrong with you? You did it to yourself. You got no one to blame but yourself. Suck it. Like, I'll pick your feet, mate, whilst I warm you up as well.
Awesome.
At the same time. Hotel Canberra, or it's a Hotel California, Hotel Canberra. So yeah, mate. It sounds like you got a bit of a good goof troop or pack behind you. You said some of them are going to be supporting you on the day. How many do you say they're rocking up on the day? Is that right?
So I've got a carload. So I've got family who live up in Coffs. So they're all going to come.
That's convenient.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not seen them in quite a while either, so it's going to be good to see them. I've got now I've got a little hatchback, right? We've got 5 blokes. We'll squeeze in that, and probably tie some under the roof racks as well. But so got a good crowd coming up, and again, like they're all G'ing me up for it. They're all excited, and it's going to be good. So, but yeah, so
I encourage everyone to bring as many people as they can. Bring some people from your team. Anyone encourage you, shout your name up, or give you shit. Either way, win-win. I love a bit of banter. I love a bit of banter between the competitors and especially the audience. I encourage everyone. As long as you keep it on the field, it's like sportsmanlike. We're not saying sexist, racist stuff, but you give a good ribbon, rah, that's absolutely, you go for it, But yeah, it sounds like you've got a few people in your court, which is good. And we'll encourage them to be shouting at your name and yelling out for you as well, because we obviously want everyone to encourage our competitors to do their absolute best, no matter what stage they are in their chili training or tolerance, whatever. We just want to see everyone do their best. And like a lot of people going, oh, you're going against the best, but also at the same time, you're going against yourself. You want to see what your ability is. And so a lot of the competitors, they go, oh, I'm competing against so-and-so, but other competitors are like, no. I just want to see how far I can go. I want to prove to myself what I can do. So is that something that you're going to do? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's first and foremost, I'm there to have fun, right? I'm there. It's something different. Variety is the spice of life. So and so the opportunity is brilliant, and it's something different to do. And so I'm there to have fun, and it's going to be the sort of thing where I'm there, humble to the fact that. Well, not even, because I would have been training hard with Trav and Steve. But yeah, trying my best. Competing against myself. I'll have to come back to future comps and see how I'm sort of whether I'm leveling up or leveling down.
Well, the good news is as well, we're actually got in the sidelines behind the scenes. We're actually working on another Canberra Chili Festival. We did have one a few years ago. It was absolutely bananas, but there were some technical things that happened behind the scenes with a certain person. We won't mention names, but that unfortunately just sort of made things fall into the ground. But we're going to try and pick up the pieces with a bunch of few different companies and myself, and we're going to try and bring it back because it was really successful. It was an epic day. Well, actually, went 2 days, and all the people that had their stalls there did really well. Everyone was excited. It was good to see Canberra show up for it. So we want to bring it to Canberra again. So I'm going to be working with a team of people to try and make that happen, because we don't want Canberra to be a black hole for chili. We want to rock up and announce ourselves, and bring a
Yeah.
presence and have a good day as well. Like you said, like it's fun, and have a good fun day and bring as much fun and happiness and laughter to the area, because like why give preferential treatment to other areas and states and cities when we've got a perfectly good city right there? It's Australian capital. Why not, right? But look, the next question I want to ask you is, you've been initiated with a few of the different products and a few different raw chilies. Have you got a favorite? Are you more gravitating towards your products, or you're more into your raw chilies? What's the thing that it tickles your taste buds the most?
I love the products, the hot sauce to mix in with the spag bog and that sort of thing, right? There's also on the night at the Canberra comp, you had a chili honey, and a bit of that chili honey mixed in with peanut butter on toast.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a great honey. Like, it sounds stupid. I mean, they're going to go, it's just honey with some chili. No, it's really good. I don't know what he puts in it, but it's surprisingly good. I know that he gets it fresh from his own bees and whatever, and it's all really fresh ingredients. And I think that counts for a few things too. But I'm sure he puts a couple of more ingredients in there as well, because it's just really top notch, and it's hot, but it's enjoyable, isn't it, mate? Like, it's got the heat, but you're like, oh, that's really, I'll go back to that, and you keep finding yourself having another spoonful going, I should know better than this, but it tastes really good, right? Like,
it's someone slowly sort of cranking the grill up under you, not punching you in the face.
That's a good way to describe it. So you find yourself sort of gravitating to the products a bit more.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll throw them in different foods and all the bits and pieces, and so I'd like them.
Well, the good thing about this national comp is it's going to be about half products, half chilies. So it's a good combination of both. It's that people get confused. They're like, why is this chili comp not just chilies? Why is this chili comp not just products? And it's a combination of both, because the thing that we want is we want our chili winner, the Australian chili champ, to be a complete chili beast. We want them to be the best competitor that we can be, to send them out in the world. And when they go take on the Americans, the Canadians, Europeans, Asians, South American, African, wherever they are in the world, that they just like, there's nothing that they're surprised by, that they're not surprised by anything. And there's nothing that they haven't taken on yet that they're going to go, yeah, I've been there. I've tried this. Yeah, I know what this is, and that experience is going to give them an extra edge, because they're going to make them a better competitor in general because of that. So not only we were trying to breed the best competitor in Australia, but we want that competitor to be the very best that they can be when they do go over and do these international comps, like in New Zealand, in America, Europe, and wherever else. I think there's talk about a possibility in South Africa at one stage as well. That'll be a different experience too, won't it? But the point is that we want to bring out the best in everybody, including yourself. Obviously it's going to be challenging, but you're also going to be watching and getting to the tip of your ability. You want to see what your limit is, and like the best example I can think of, someone chasing their limits, was the guy that came third last year, Mays, the crazy German from WA. And he was third, and he looked at the two that were left. He looked at Dom, he looked at Gabby, and he's like, I'm not going to beat Gabby. He's looking at Dom, how just steel willpower he was. He's like, I don't think I'm going to beat that guy either. But he even said, he just said himself out loud going, I just want to see how far I can get. I just want to see what my limit is. I want to see what it is. I want to push the limits of my human abilities, to do this thing. And you can see when he hit that limit, he's like, yes, that is my absolute best. That is the absolute furthest he can go. And, he absolutely filled up a bucket afterwards. But it was that sense of accomplishment that he gave himself, where he's just like, yes, this is as far as I can go. This is my absolute best. And he gave his absolute best. So I'm not telling everyone to keep going and give themselves more pain. But if you want to chase something and you want to compete against yourself, I think that's a worthy and noble thing to compete for sure.
So, bloody awesome attitude.
Yeah. Steve, it's delicious. You will love the one I got from comp last year, Jay's 23 Reaper. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a rum honey concoction. It's beautiful. Beautiful. And Jay's Drop 23 are going to be there then this year. They're making us a beautiful satay mix.
Very nice.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to taste really nice. But she's going to be hot. She is going to be hot.
Yeah, sounds lovely.
So look, even though you're a bit more newer to the game than some of the people, what are your thoughts on your training, prep, and conditioning? Have you got a bit of a training or prep or conditioning regime down pat yet?
Trying to. Again, I think Trav and Steve are going to help out absolutely massively with that. We've been sort of mum hit the internets and came out with a couple of different sources and all the different pieces. But just I think maybe I'm a little bit slack. Sort of come to an evening after work, it's like, I'll smash a bit of that and just sort of deal with it. But I haven't. Like, I'm not, there's no sort of Rocky training montages running to the top of the steps and cheering, yeah, right?
Montage.
But have been trying different bits and pieces just probably not a strict regime as such, but just when I can. I've got an evening off sound. I'm just gonna put this down and.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you got the training part down pat. So the training part obviously is boosting your tolerance, seeing how well you perform under pressure, burning and dealing with it for over long periods of time, and testing your ability to handle large amounts of this kind of stuff in the guts. But one of those things is prep and conditioning. Now, what we're talking about when we're talking about that, if you're not aware, is like similar when you go on a football field. You're just not sort of rocking up on a football field barefoot and naked with some Speedos on. You're rocking up in your uniform and your gear. But if you want to wear you've got to wear headgear. You got too many head knocks. You got to wear some headgear. You got to get some shoulder pads or something to strap your knee. Whatever it is, you got to get those cleats on, those footy boots. And you got to do those things that are going to give you and your body the best chance at performing at your absolute best. And so what people absolutely swear by, and I do too, is preparing your stomach and conditioning it before competitions, right? And that means putting in a solid base of food or whatever works for you beforehand, because I'm telling you from experience, and a lot of other competitors will say the same thing, it hurts 10 times more when there's nothing in the guts. And then you just go bang, and their stuff's hitting raw stomach tissue. It sucks. So much more.
Punch in the face,
it's more than a punch in the face. It feels like a gremlin running around with a sword or a knife. It sucks. And I'm telling you, and it's going to help you later as well. It helps with purging too. This is probably a bit TMI, but like after most competitions, most serious competitors will purge, meaning they'll expel the contents of their stomach until they see the thing that they ate before the competition. Right? That's how they do it. Which will it'll decrease your recovery time. It'll speed up how quick you're going to feel better, and that night's not going to be as bad. It's not going to be as traumatizing as you may have been after your Canberra experience, right? But the other thing as well is finding what prepares your stomach for you, because one thing might work for one person, might not work for another. There's people that will put in mashed potato. And it just, I reckon it covers a lot of their guts and mostly the areas. One of the things that Trav has said is he puts a bit of oil in there. Yeah. He even thinks he believes, I don't know if he's right, but he believes it speeds it up as it comes out quicker as well. Because
swallow a bit of WD-40.
Yeah, a bit of WD-40. Squeaky clean. I think he's trying to say oil can. The other thing, like other people will have like bananas, peanut butter sandwiches, oats. Like there's a whole concoction. I've seen people that eat a big greasy fried rice. Some people eat Macca's greasy burger. Other people have like carbonara. So, is there anything on that list that I sort of said to you that seems to jump out at you? You're like, oh, I wouldn't mind having that. That seems more comfortable to me. Or
the mashed potato. The mashed potato, just because I think of that as like an insulator, right? Like it's tough, it's there, won't go through it. But yeah, so I'll definitely give that a crack. But
and I think the other point that you've made there as well is mashed potato is soft, and it comes back up soft. It's nice, it's gentle, Whereas like if you're eating corn chips beforehand and it's got to come back up. Yeah. Corn chips hurt on the way up. They're jagged, And like, I had a nice dish before. I'm like, well, good luck with that, mate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's right. So it sounds like you've got a red hot tip on that one. You've got a bit of an idea what you're going to do. So let's go back to this competition mindset. So, is there something that you're going to do to put you in that mindset before the comp or during the comp, or it's going to get you in the zone, or are you going to your happy place? What is it that you're working on strategically?
During the comp, it sounds cliche. I thrive off the vibe. So if everyone's there and geeing me up, and it's that competition atmosphere, right? It's like running out on a footy pitch and you got the crowd cheering. It's that adrenaline rush of the atmosphere that I think will keep me going throughout the comp. Before the comp, I'm a music guy, so I'll throw a bit of the Spotify on and probably hit a bit of metal before a chili eating contest, that sort of thing, and sort of try and fire myself
set
up.
The mood, set the vibe, like
put myself in that sort of that zone. You know? Yeah.
Look, you're right. No, music has a lot to be said and spoken for, because like, here's an example. Like, it sounds really dumb, but Hugh Jackman played Wolverine, right? And people going, he's in his 50s, man. Like, how did he get so jacked at 50, right? And there's videos and pictures of this guy. He's at the gym and he's got the best speakers and headphones he can, and he's just going,
yeah.
And people are like, what is he listening to, right? And they ask him, go, what do you listen to when you're doing these full-on training sessions? He goes, it's not my normal music that I listen to, but when I'm training like that, I'm just listening to screamo and metal, I'm just getting myself in the zone. You know, and it gets me over the line, and I'm going, all right, is that something
primal, isn't it? Yeah.
What's that?
I was just saying, it's almost primal. It's just, that's noise.
Yeah, because I don't think the Wiggles is going to do it for you. Like,
Puts you
what
in
do you listen to? Fruit salad, yummy.
Bit of Tay-Tay in the headphones beforehand.
No, the shake. My girlfriend hates Taylor Swift. She's the only girl I know that doesn't like Taylor Swift. And she's, every time I mention it, she goes, I hate Taylor Swift. Don't talk about it. I'm just going, shake it off. And she's like, ah!
Maybe now we got bad blood. Like,
yeah, well, she's got a bad reputation. Anyway, moving on. So, look, now you've been initiated in the gauntlet of fire. You're about to attempt something pretty crazy. You've got some solid mates behind you. You've got a bit of a training regime. You've got a bit of a mental and prep and conditioning kind of idea in your head. What advice would you give to people that are wanting to try what you're doing, to step up from that amateur kind of level and try and get to something more pro like you are doing, mate? What would you say to that?
The first is commit to it. The second is what's your mindset. Don't go into it with the mindset of you're gonna dominate, you're gonna be the best that is, that sort of thing. Go into it with the mindset of this, especially if you're amateur and coming into it in the sort of manner that I did. Go into it as this is something that's a bit of fun. It's something that is different from the normal day to day. It's something that just go in and of course you want to win, right? Be competitive, but don't go in there and be complacent and big and loud and that sort of thing. Just go in and the number one priority is having fun. Number two priority is winning. And so just be cautious of your mindset and as I said, it's something that you don't see on a day to day, right? And people who are sort of outside of the world, people outside of the world are outside of the world. So when they learn about this and they learn about this community, really enjoy it. So
absolutely. But like the one thing I'll add there, Tom, is like I'm not disputing what you're saying. I agree exactly what you're saying. But I would add to that is that you've got to also have that bit of that self-belief. Like it's one thing to believe in yourself. It's important to believe in yourself in everything you do, really, in life. But like you're just saying there is, don't be cocky, don't be too overconfident. Just don't walk in like you think you're the man or woman or whatever. But like have that belief that you're like, yeah, I can do this. But at the same time, don't get your, was it they say don't get too big for your bridges or something like that, or like that, you know. But and it sounds like you're a bit humble. You know you've got a tricky, challenging thing ahead of you, but at the same time you're going to go in with an open mind. And what was the other thing you said there, that you've got to embrace new experiences as well? I totally agree with that. But the other thing as well that I've noticed in life, and I'm not the oldest guy in the world, but the one thing I've noticed when I've had really fun experiences that have been out there, new, different, fun, unique, is that sometimes the best things are on the other side of being uncomfortable, right?
Absolutely.
And
Oh, yeah.
out of your comfort zone. You get going past your fear, that some things are on the outside of fear, and that don't, like you said, don't get complacent. Don't just look for the standard, the normal and boring in life. Go and live your life. And if it means eating some crazy chili stuff at a chili competition that you've never heard of and going, what? Then that might be it, But you just never know, because like I'm here because of that very same thing where I gave something a go that I had no idea about. There's another guy, Terry Crews. He said something along that lines where he said all his friends talked him out of riding horses, right? And he's a African American man, and African Americans like African American. We don't ride horses. Only the masters ride horses. And that's ridiculous. And that's racist. And you're never going to like it. You're going to hate it, right? And he said he didn't after that didn't ride horses for 20 years, and he was like in his 30s or 40s, and he went for a ride with his wife, and she's like, "Come on, you're coming. I don't care what you say." And he's like, "Yeah, all right." And he goes, "And it was amazing. I loved it." He goes, "I could have gone my whole life without doing something I loved," right? And so I think the lesson is go out and embrace new things, because you never know, it might be the thing that you love. It might just be that thing. So embrace the new, the weird, the different, because you never know what you'll find on the other side of it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Otherwise, life is boring. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's have that belief and be out of your comfort zone, embrace the new things, because otherwise life's boring. Like, you have to.
That's what they say. Chili's the spice of life. So we might wrap things up in a sec, mate. But look, our last question I want to sort of ask for you is, what's in the future for Tom the Chilli Chipper? Are we just going to be attempting this national comp and one and done, or is there a bit more in the future for Tom the Chilli Chipper, or what's the story?
I've not put heaps of thought to it, if I'm honest, Chilli Philly. I again just playing it by ear and going along, and it's a bit of fun. There's an opportunity I'm going to take advantage of, and so I certainly don't rule out coming back in the future, and certainly when you're back in Canberra and that sort of thing, count me in. I certainly plan on. It's a bit of fun. I'll be back.
Awesome, mate. Awesome. All right. Well, look, the last thing I want to ask you is, you want to do any shout outs or shout out to mates, family, friends, people helping you get there, people helping you get over the line, training you, whatever it is that they're doing. I think now's the time to do it, mate. Give us your shout outs.
Major shout out would be Corey and the Caribou team. Corey's the bloke who rang me up on the midday on the Friday and said, "Hey, in 4 hours' time, I'll put you in a chili eating contest." At the time, I thought it was a bit of a stitch up, but actually have ended up having a lot of fun. And so a huge shout out to him for putting me into it, and the rest of the Caribou team for supporting me into the competition and always been there for a laugh. So,
awesome. What legends. And obviously you've got a whole team of guys coming with you, and you've got Steve and Trav that are going to be training you up as well. You're going to say huge thanks to those guys.
Steve and Trav as well. Huge shout out. Sorry. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for your support as well. And
no worries, mate. Like that's the saying. Like we want to try and embrace our new Spice legends that have joined the community. We encourage as many people to get involved. It's weird. You might have this train kind of thing going on, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's all just a bit of fun. Pain is a bit temporary. It's not the end of the world. No one's really going to die from it. It just sucks for a while. But I tell you what, it's they say that saying, there's not many good stories that start with, and while I was eating a salad, like, this is what I said.
Yeah. When I went to work, like,
when I went to work, when I went to bed. Yeah, exactly. All right, mate. Well, we might love you and leave you. You have an excellent night. Thank you so much for joining us, Tom. And we're going to see you very soon at our Sawtell, July 5th.
You too. Thanks for having me. Awesome to be here.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. All right. We'll have a good night. We'll let you go. All right, Spice Legends. Well, that's it for our spicy goodness. Thank you so much for joining us. Tom, the Chilli Chipper from all the way from Canberra, the ACT, Australian Capital Territory. So, not long now, July 5th, we have our Australian Chilli Championship. You've seen the players. The game and the players are set. It's taking off. We're going to start at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We've got 1.5 hours to shovel in 30 rounds of crazy, brutal stuff into these guys' mouths. Who will win? Only one will be standing. Only one can be the Australian Chili champion. Who will it be? Will it be our newbie? Will it be a dark horse? Will it be an underdog? Or will it be the reigning champ, currently Dom right now? We don't know. We're about to find out. Your guess is as good as our Spice Legends. But for now, all you just have to say is keep calm, be awesome. You.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control. And if you can take it, all about your stand. And if you can play it, it's all about pace. And who's gonna make it?